hers was a dangerous beauty, sharp, cruel. Men fell to their knees for her, desperate for a single touch, but she looked at them with boredom. She didn't want their love. She wanted their adoration. But then, she saw the first wrinkle, a tiny crack in the perfection. It drove her mad. She would stand naked before her mirror, tracing the curves of her body, terrified that the firmness of her flesh was softening. It wasn't just vanity. It was a physical need to be worshipped. To lose her beauty was to lose her power, her pleasure. She needed a cure, and she would find it in the veins of the innocent. It started with a slap, they say. A clumsy maid, a splash of blood on the Countess's pale skin. Most women would be disgusted. Elizabeth was intoxicated. As she wiped the warm red fluid from her hand, she felt a strange tingle, a rush of heat. The skin underneath didn't just look younger. It felt alive, throbbing with a stolen energy. She realized then that youth wasn't a gift from God. It was a liquid, and it could be taken. The castle became a trap. She lured them in, young virgins with skin like fresh cream and eyes full of hope. They thought they were there to serve. They didn't know they were the feast. Imagine the scene. The heavy velvet curtains drawn tight. The Countess, watching with hungry eyes as the girls were stripped. She didn't just want to kill them. She wanted to absorb them. She would run her fingers over their terror, savoring their fear like a fine wine. The air was thick with screams, but to Elizabeth, it sounded like music. She needed their essence, their purity. She wanted to drink it in through her pores. The bath was her altar. Picture her stepping into the tub. The liquid is thick, warm, and metallic red. It clings to her legs, her waist, her breasts. She slides down, submerging herself in the life force of dozens of girls. She closes her eyes, sighing softly into the silence. It is a forbidden pleasure, darker than any sin. She rubs the blood into her neck, feeling the warmth penetrate her soul, convincing herself that she is becoming immortal. In that tub, covered in crimson, she felt like a goddess, untouchable, eternal. She didn't care about the piles of cold bodies in the cellar. She only cared about the heat on her skin. But pleasure like this has a price. The king's men came. They broke down the doors and found the monster in her lair. They couldn't kill her. No, that would be too easy. They gave her a fate worse than death. They walled her up inside her own bedroom. The masons laid the bricks, one by one, shutting out the light, shutting out the world. Imagine being left alone in the dark, with only the memories of your sins to keep you company. No more mirrors to admire your body. No more warm blood to make you feel young. Just the cold, hard stone, and the slow, rotting decay of your own flesh. She died in that darkness, screaming not for forgiveness, but for her lost beauty. Some say her spirit still walks the halls of Cheshte, a beautiful, naked shadow, whispering to young women, asking for just a little taste, just a drop. So, my darling, when you look in the mirror tonight, make sure your reflection is actually yours. Sweet dreams.